Right, Geralt. Looks like it's all over.
Thanks for your help, Zoltan.
Say nothing of it.
Enough yapping. Time for some vodka.
First, I want to see if my fuck date's still waiting.
Just don't strain yourself. It takes energy to drink with us too, you know. Who's this, my failing eyes spy? Geralt of Rivia visiting old Yarpen Zigrin.
Getting anywhere with the new recruits?
Like whores in a brothel, they're ploughing away at full speed. Saskia's army's full of men better at holding their bricks than a weapon. But Zoltan and I are helping them catch up. Most importantly, they don't lack spirit.
They won't defeat Henselt's regulars with zeal alone.
We'll show you what an army facing either victory or death is capable of. For we've no other choice, Geralt.
I've been trying to figure out what Philippa Eilhart's doing in all this mess.
Same thing as always. Conspiring until she gets her pubes in a knot.
I know you hate sorceresses, but try to put your animosity aside.
We hate them, that's a fact. But why do you think that is? It's not because of their secret knowledge or their nice tits. Their hearts are full of dung, Geralt. Mark my words.
You exaggerate.
Maybe not all of them. But Eilhart's the worst. Need I remind you how she peddled her arse to Dijkstra just to learn the plans of the Redanian intelligence service? Everyone in Vergen knows she's not into cog. I tell you this, it's her ilk that caused the ruckus on Thanad Island. Think she's any different here? I'm crap at talking, Geralt, but you do all right. So I'd appreciate, as soon as Saskia's better, slip a word in her ear to watch out for Philippa.
Were you in Rivia when I got caught on that pitchfork?
Was I? Fuck, Wolf, I saw you die! I didn't see the little bastard who took you for a haystack, but I swear it looked like you weren't going to make it. So I'm well glad you managed to lick your wounds.
I don't know if it taught me anything.
Come on, it had to. Not many have survived their own death.
You haven't noticed that I'm pissing up wind again, fighting for a cause that isn't mine?
No, I haven't. A free Upper Aedirn is in the interests of any decent fellow.
Did you fight at Brenna?
Oh, fuck. I knows you've got amnesia, but you could have remembered that. It was a beautiful day. On one side, 6 and 40,000 black ones. On the other, us, the Nordlings, together. The Redanians led by De Ruyter on the left, the Temerian regiments in the middle, and us on the right. The Mahakam Volunteer Army. All dwarves. Even the likes of Cohor must have shit his britches at the sight of us.
He hardly lacked courage as I heard it.
All right, brave bastard, that's true. Prefer to die than run like a rat. I don't believe I've ever seen a bigger melee, except maybe 3 years ago here at Vergen. Would have managed that day too, even without the magic. That burning shit that fell from the sky. Why, even the Dun banner knelt before us when we brought our battle axes down.
Some say not one of the Dun banners survived. Any truth to that?
Biggerhorn nabbed the survivors as they fled south. But most men of the banner lie in the catacombs, along with our standard. The Dun banner. What the hell kind of name is that for a unit anyway? It's as if they couldn't get their fucking flag clean.
Geralt, first throat of the Witcher's Guild. Finally, a drink with someone worth talking to.
Short on company?
What can Yarpen tell me? I prefer listening to horses fart.
Any idea where I can play dice around here?
Try the blacksmith's helper.
Yorvith seems to have changed. Have you noticed?
Oh, has his arse grown fatter in Saskia's keep?
An elf who was the greatest foe of humans will now fight for their freedom. Doesn't that surprise you?
Only harpies don't change their minds. I'm no expert in elves, but as I see it, he's got a stiffy for Saskia.
Yorvith?
He stood all gentle as a lamb in council, stealing glances at her tits. When she spoke to him, he looked as happy as a fool whittling a wooden toy.
Vergen seems like an ancient town. Do you know its history?
It's one of the mining colonies Mahakam established. There were lots of them just 500 years ago. Now they're mostly in ruins. It was the first town where dwarves and humans began working side by side. For the past 3 years, it's been a symbol of our common death.
The Kingslayer's trail has gone cold. Have you heard anything?
No one could sneak into Bergen. We watched day and night. Anyway, who would they come for here? Stennis? Why so keen on capturing the assassin of kings?
Because I'm innocent.
The wise among us know that, and I wouldn't listen to the fools.
I can only prove my innocence by dragging in the real culprit. No other way. I wanted to talk to you about the Free State of Vergen. We haven't had the occasion somehow.
True.
Do you buy into Saskia's ideals?
Are you asking me if I believe what she says, or if I believe she'll be successful?
Both.
Saskia's no liar, that's a fact. But whether we'll manage, who can tell? One thing is sure, we'll never know if we never try. For now, a great battle awaits. A battle in which elf, dwarf, and human will stand side by side. And that is beautiful in itself.
It's also the biggest potential weakness.
Nothing unites folk like shared death. I believe those who survive will honor the deaths of their comrades.
If they win.
Even if they don't. News spreads fast. Others will follow in our footsteps.
How are you, Sheldon?
Better than at Brenna, though we've quite a rumble ahead of us. But I promise you this, we'll kick Henselt's arse and send him scurrying back to Kedwin.
We killed most of the necrophages.
Most?
The passage to the lower level collapsed. They won't get out. In time, they'll die off and you can restart work.
Thank you, Witcher. The whole of Vergen thanks you. Here's your coin. Shive, Skaggs, and Zigrim will get the same.
Saskia needs help, Cecil. Philippa can produce an antidote, but she needs a magic artifact to do that.
Would you like a fern and a dancing worm to go with it? Listen, I don't know about magic, but there is a place, as long as I can remember, it's been of interest to sorcerers. They say it's a very strong intersection. Look for magic there.
Where exactly is there?
Seek out the ruins in the forest beyond Bergen. There's a place of power there. You can't miss it. Why so glum? Saskia's a tough girl. She'll bounce back. Keep your head up.
Thanks, Cecil.
No, Witcher, I thank you. Save that lass, and you'll save my town.
Cecil, do you know anyone who fought in the war 3 years ago?
I did.
Did you fight here at Vergen?
Course.
Philippa claims you know a bit about the battle.
That old cook insult, called king by some, thought that Adernians were bumpkins who'd ship bricks as soon as his troops crossed the river.
Why did he attack Edirn?
According to Henselt, Upper Edirn is the ancient legacy of the Kedwenny crown and must be returned to the mother country. Brazen farter.
That brazen farter had a point. If you read some history, you'll know that 300 years ago this land belonged to Kedwen.
Load of crab. 700 years ago the elves reigned here, and 1,000,000 years ago these lands were the domain of the worms. If things worked that way, every king could invade a neighbouring land and claim his right to do so because an ancestor took a dump there.
All right. Hensel wanted to conquer Upper Edirn. What then?
He rolled in, got hammered, and rolled out.
Cecil, that doesn't help me much.
It wasn't a battle. It was a slaughter. If I try speaking of it, I'll see it all again. I don't want...
The ghosts of the fallen fight in the mist. They turn into horrible creatures called Draugrs. Edirnians, Kedwenny, men, elves, and dwarves too.
Bloody hell. No peace even after death.
I want to help them, but I need to know more about the battle.
Very well. Listen. A beautiful day that grew hot later. Very hot. When Van de Grift attacked in the afternoon, he sent a dun banner at the fore. Many of our lads shit themselves at the mere sight of their standard, but we had a surprise of our own. Under the cover of night, we prepared fire pits. Our archers lit them up at the right moment. I still can't believe we managed to fool their scouts. If it wasn't for that ambush, we wouldn't be speaking today. They likely wouldn't be in Upper Edirn at all. We decimated the dun banner, but that was only the beginning. Seltkirk was our commander. Everywhere he appeared, the Kedwennies gave ground. He wreaked havoc among them. Hearts rose at the mere sight of his armour. Then Van de Grift himself entered the fray. Seltkirk met him in the middle of the field. In the end, Van de Grift killed Seltkirk. A terrible death that sent the Adernian ranks into disarray. I thought it was the end of us. Then the sky fell, as if the stars themselves had decided to avenge the death of a great knight. Fire covered the battlefield. Nobody sought the enemy. They were all looking for somewhere to flee. Yes, there were no more friends and enemies, only the living and the dead. They say it was the doing of a Kedwenny sorceress who wanted revenge on Van de Grift. Could be true, as Henselt had her executed right after the battle.
You saw the Kedwennies cross the river?
From afar, I saw Van de Grift leading 4,000 heavily armed men. Many a heart sank when we saw the elite bearheads or the armoured banners from Ardcarrig. The dun banner was in the middle, veterans of Brenna. As soon as he set foot on Adernian land, Van de Grift climbed a hill and surveyed the area, as if it